Hi there. Welcome to, well, let's call it the 1.5 episode of This Old Hobbyist. I recorded an original episode where I did all this, where I did all the painting I'm going to show you. However, the audio was so garbage. I mean, garbage. Because for some reason, my audio settings were completely trashed from the last time I used Streamlabs. And granted, it's been a while, but yeah. So, a project we're working on to start this channel and hopefully go on from here is the Enterprise D from All Good Things. Now, I'm doing this. This is a project for my dad. He's a big Star Trek fan, just like I am. And the funny thing is, for a guy who isn't into like war movies or military equipment or any of that kind of stuff and loves Star Trek because it's like a utopia, just we're out in the galaxy trying to have a good time. Just back off and leave us alone. His favorite ship, of course, has got to be the biggest beat stick in Star Trek canon. So, and of course his favorite thing is the ventral phaser cannon. The first time he saw this episode, he was like, "Oh my god, look at that thing go!" So we're gonna do this for him. So this is 3D printed out of resin, weighs a metric ton. Got the file, I do believe was from Thingiverse. I forgot to look to give proper credit, but I'll try and put it in the item in the description. So this is printed. I shot the first layer was a white primer, just to put like basically a scratch coat over the resin to make sure that all the other layers would stick. Every once in a while, for some reason, resin, you clean it, you cure it, you do all this other stuff. Every once in a while, you get a spot that if you don't necessarily kind of, I take it as a precaution, but to shoot just even a mild, just the tiniest primer layer over, paint won't stick to it. It'll flick right off. It used to be working with resin miniatures is because it was the demolding process that would cause that problem. But you don't have that with 3D printed resin. Yeah. Anyway, because you're not demolding it. So, second layer was a gray primer, and then a layer of silver metallic, just dusted with an airbrush. Lots of like just passes. I didn't want to get a few spots got a little heavier color than I had intended, but once again, I haven't used my airbrush in like 2 years because I haven't been doing any painting because I got burned out on it from Warhammer. So after that, and it dried, the next step was basically you take a blue and a light blue and knock it down to being basically a glaze or / ink, however you want to put it. And once again, even from further away than I did the airbrushing with the silver metallic, I literally just like just enough. So far enough away the paint. Some of the paint was probably dry before I even hit it and just bounced off the thing. But you can see a little bit of hint of blue in here, and the metallics and stuff is to do what they call the specular highlight, which is supposedly how is the way you get that shimmery, that shiny effect in certain places when the light hits it, but it's not necessarily shiny all the time, which, as you can see when you tilt it that way, the light hits it, it starts to get shiny. As it goes away, the shiny kind of fades out. Alright, so on to what we did today that the other recording was supposed to be, and turned into a absolute dog's breakfast because of the audio, did the blue in the engines, which I'm going to do another coat of that before the next video. All 3 nacelles. Got the dish, so the outside of the dish and the inside, that little inside circle part, which you might be able to just make out. So I did that, and then we did the engine tips. Now the engine tips I did a coat of the red, the dark red. Let that dry. And then went in and very slowly built up these three little orange spots on the tips of the, as he doesn't show the tip of the, you can just make it out on there. There you go. Oh, focus. There you go. You can just barely see it there. And then went back over that with the original red, only thinned way down once again into basically a glaze, and just enough to knock those down from the orange, but not so much as to cover them up. Now both of the tips and the side glow and the dish are all going to get a high gloss varnish to make them stand out from everything else, because they do, when you look at the ship, that really stands out. I'm going to try and edit in a shot for my reference material to show kind of why I did those orange bits. But yeah, I think that's gonna cover it. Once again, if I can figure out a way to either strip the audio out of that other video or do something with it so it's not atrocious, I'll try and edit a video of the painting, because I really hate putting up a painting video and then there's no painting. But the audio, honestly, was just hot garbage. So, yeah. And since I can't just redo all the painting. Alright. So, with that in mind, I guess we'll call that a quick and dirty review video of what I've done so far. Hopefully, this is all fixed, and when I go the next video will actually be me painting and doing this. So, hopefully that'll be doing the little sensor prongs up here in what is referred to as an upper torpedo launcher. These bands on the engines, and some of the detail and some of the underneath work up here, because this is going to be like a copperish color. All right. Well, thank you, and I will see you next week.